M-step practice. Your learning target today is I can use the 4 operations to find the correct equation, and you'll know you're successful when you can find the answer and then find the equation that makes sense. Alright, so we have another story problem, and I will say with this story problem we're going to try to find that important information, and we are going to try to figure it out before we look at our choices. Okay, so for this problem, at the beach in Key Largo, Diana saw 10 dolphins each day for 7 days. Which of the following could be used to find the total number of dolphins Diana saw? So right away, just like what we normally do, we should highlight or underline the most important information, the information I know that I can use to figure out the answer. So Diana saw 10 dolphins each day for 7 days. That's very important. And I'm also going to show you that we can cross off what I call unnecessary information, which is extra information in the story problem that they sometimes include just to try to trick us and throw us off. That extra information that I could cross off and ignore would be the beginning part. At the beach in Key Largo. Does it matter that Diana saw these dolphins in Key Largo? No, it does not matter. So I could just cross it off, ignore it, because it has nothing to do with my problem. Okay, so my next suggestion, as always, is to understand that information. So, of course, she saw 10 dolphins each day. That's very important. For how many days? 7 days. So you could draw a picture to imagine this, or you can write it out. I'm going to write it out this time. So I'm going to write out day 1, she saw 10 dolphins. Day 2, she saw 10 dolphins. Day 3, she saw 10 dolphins. Day 4, she saw 10. 5, she saw 10. 6, she saw 10. 7, she saw 10. So how many dolphins did she see in that 7 days altogether? Well, I could count by tens. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So I know that she saw 70 dolphins. Okay, I'm going to remember that number 70. And let's see what would make sense. Okay, which of the following could be used to find the total number of dolphins Diana saw? So I'm going to pick a number sentence where I would get 70 as my answer. Okay, so A would be 10 plus 7. 10 plus 7. Well, that would get me 17. That would not make any sense to add 7 to 10 for a lot of reasons, because I'm not adding 10 plus 7. Let's see, I have 7 tens, but that's not the same as 10 plus 7, and that's 17. So definitely not A. Let's look at B. 10 minus 7. Well, what would I get for 10 minus 7? I would get 3. I would not get 70. So it would not make any sense at all, especially when I have to find the total to subtract and to do 10 minus 7. So I'm going to rule that out too. That doesn't make any sense. C is 10 times 7. Let's see if that would make sense. So when we drew this out, I have 7 tens, right? I have 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. And that's 7 tens. And 10 times 7 is 70. And that is what we got when we counted by tens 7 times. So 10 times 7, I can safely say, is the correct answer. Let's just look at D and make sure that we're not missing anything, because it's always important to consider all of our answers. 10 divided by 7. Well, in 3rd grade, that would give us a decimal, and we don't solve for decimals. Therefore, D cannot be an answer, and our final answer is C, 10 times 7. So remember, your learning target today is I can use the 4 operations to find the correct equation, and you'll know you're successful when you can find the answer and then find the equation that makes sense.